Southeast Asia's biggest and baddest quarter-mile drag race event, which brings out some of the region's fastest cars, trucks, and full-blown tube chassis drag cars from Thailand, Singapore, Malaysia, Japan, and more. If you're into fast street cars and full-blown drag cars, quarter-mile drag racing, this is the video for you. Sit down, strap in, crack open a cold beer, and enjoy Soup Up 2024, Asia's biggest and baddest quarter-mile drag race event. This is my new friend Pony, and this is his dragster, and it is crazy because a lot of these you see, as you can tell, this is a turbo diesel with a massive twin compound setup on it. But this one's very unique because it's not an Isuzu engine, which is very popular here. This is from a new Toyota Hilux. As you can tell, it has a massive compound setup on it. Do you know how much horsepower it makes? How much horsepower? 1,000? Yeah, 1,000 horsepower? Yeah. Wow, in a full-blown dragster. Thank you very much, Pony, I appreciate it. Yeah, I think at this point, what I'm gonna do is just give you guys a tour of the paddock. Check out these two tube chassis, full-blown Isuzu diesel race trucks. Everything's wrapped in saran wrap to protect the cars overnight because they sat here overnight. Yesterday was qualifying. I was actually here for qualifying, but I didn't film. But the size of the turbo on this thing is massive. The whole body, this whole thing is all carbon. Water to air intercooler. Look at the size of the rear tubs. Like, this is a massive tire. These are the guys that are from Malaysia. So they brought this R35 GTR, this old school Evo, I think it's an Evo 3, and another R35 GTR. This one is built by Toby at GT Auto. And so far, this car has already ran into high sevens. And something that's very interesting, actually, is I met this guy yesterday. His name's Daniel, and he's from the US. And look what he bought. He literally, this guy, he moved to Thailand 1 month ago, and he immediately bought a full-blown turbo diesel Isuzu D-Max race truck. Like within weeks of landing in the country, he bought this. Dude, props, that's insane. Gold. So this is something else that's very unique to Thailand. Well, the car itself is not unique, but the way they use the car is extremely unique. If you see any type of S chassis, S13 or S14 in the US, it's mostly a drift car. Here, it's actually a very popular chassis for drag racing with multiple different engines. You have ones with, well, actually, the most popular is the 2J like this, but you have quite a few, like that one right there. I don't know if you can see it, we'll get to it. That one actually has a built stroker SR in it. But yeah, I mean, look at this thing. I mean, full-blown race car. Now you're gonna notice on the door here where they have their number, you're gonna see which class they're running. So this guy's running the Pro 275 6-cylinder class, which means he is limited to a 275 tire. Oh, almost got ran over by a fully built NA Honda Insight drag car. This is the Nissan Safiro, and it's something that we didn't get in the US. Look at this turbo intake. Oh my God. This is what came up behind me, Honda Insight. And so I'm pretty sure this is running the Pro NA class. You see the ITBs right here with the fuel rail, direct injectors into the ITBs. Yeah, this thing is crazy, bro. I'm pretty sure he's going to be running, let's look at his Pro 4 Open NA. So yeah, this is like the fastest of the fastest naturally aspirated 4 cylinders in Southeast Asia. Obviously, it's going to be dominated by K-Series cars. Oh. 9.6, 9.4, nice. That's moving. And a little naturally aspirated Honda, another S13. Like I said, these things are super popular here. Pretty much every one of them is going to have a 2JZ crammed in it. Most of them are big single turbo. This is something different. This is a big twin turbo setup in an S13. So I want to show you guys these cars. These are very, very special. I met the gentlemen that are driving these yesterday when I was here for qualifying, and they're foreigners. They're from New Zealand, but they brought this car, this Skyline, this R32, at one time, way back in the day, we're talking about like 20 years ago, this was the fastest R32 GTR in the world. It's been recently restored and rebuilt, and they brought this car to Thailand from Japan just to compete in souped up Thailand this weekend, which is insane. And wait till you guys see the size of the turbo that's underneath this hood. I'll try to come back later and get a shot of it, but I did see this car make a qualifying pass last night. I tossed up a video of the burnout on my Instagram. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, by the way, at Chad B Photography, to get like a bunch of behind the scenes and like real-time footage of what's going on in my life. Another Isuzu D-Max race truck. You're gonna be seeing a lot of these here, and they're some of my favorite things to see race, because when they do their burnouts, not only do you see the white tire smoke, you also see the black smoke like literally coming out of like the side exhaust here, just rolling coal. Of course, half the guys are taking a nap currently. I envy Thai people. They can sleep at any time, at any place. A couple more fully built R35 GTRs. They're from Top Racing Garage. I'm pretty sure that is in Malaysia. And yeah, we just really don't see those type of GTRs here in Thailand. This is the S15 Sylvia that I was telling you about earlier. And yeah, it's super unique to see something like this. You see, it is a built SR with a giant single turbo. If I'm not mistaken, I think this car is a 2.2 liter stroker. Wow, look at the size of the turbo strapped to this K-Series on this EG hatchback. Dude, this thing looks nasty. I'm assuming this guy is probably gonna be running pro front wheel drive, because this is a full-blown drag car. Okay, this is something you normally don't see here in Thailand. Most of the time, everybody tows their vehicles in open trailers called slide trucks. So this is obviously going to be something really serious. And look at this. Full-blown, insane Isuzu D-Max tube chassis race truck. Like, bro, look at the size of the turbo. I've seen this truck race before. Even here at Bangkok Drag Avenue, this thing is ridiculous and runs deep into the sevens. You want to make sure you stay to the end of the video to see this thing make some proper passes, because it is nasty. And what's hilarious is look at how much rim it tucks in the front. I know a lot of you guys watching this video probably have stance cars and lowered cars and slam cars. I promise you, your car is not as low as this drag truck. This area of the track over here is like the vendor and show car section, which we will get to that later once the sun goes down a little bit and everybody shows up, including all the models, which this area is going to be completely overtaken with some of Thailand's hottest car models. I'm pretty sure this is powered by a big turbo built SR20. Right now, there's still some qualifying racing going on. So this is another vehicle that you guys don't get in the US. This is called a Honda City hatchback. And it's about the same as kind of like a Honda Jazz or a Honda Fit, what you call in the US. It comes with a not naturally aspirated. It comes with a turbocharged 1.5 liter 4-cylinder. This guy has put a built big turbo K-Series in it, done an all-wheel drive conversion, and it makes over 1,000 wheel horsepower. I'm really excited to see this make a pass. But yeah, before we make it through the rest of the paddock, I actually want to hang out and see if we can see this car make a pass. Because I've seen this car before, but I've never seen it actually race. 8.5 in the quarter mile. Definitely one of the coolest cars here today. I want to watch this Honda City make a pass as well. Then we'll continue our way through the paddock. I really don't have any major plans, you know, as far as like a timeline for this video. I'm just showing you guys some cool cars and some drag racing. I hope you appreciate it. If you do, give this video a like. It helps with the algorithm, and the algorithm has been killing me lately, bro. If you enjoy my content when you watch my videos, please give it a like and if you want to support me just to another level, just drop any comment below to give some engagement for the algorithm, and it helps my channel grow so much. Thank you guys for the support, and let's see what this little Honda does. Okay, we are moving on. FYI, this is the scale. Love that little thing. That is one of my favorite cars here. This is the scale. Obviously, cars must meet a minimum weigh-in, and as you can see in front of me here, a lot of the cars are lined up to continue to compete, and some very nice ones. This is a beautiful blue Mark IV Toyota Supra that is competing in Pro 6. Once again, Pro 6 is kind of pretty much, you have to have a 6-cylinder, but besides that, anything goes. So expect this car to be very, very fast. Holy crap, dude. There's a white Evo, an Evo 8 that just busted out a 7.9. I saw it lining up, and when I walked down here, I saw it rip through the track, and I was like, dude, that Evo is freaking rolling. Then everybody looked up there, saw the time, 7.9. Ah, crazy. And officially the fastest Evo in Thailand with a record-breaking 7.9, possibly, we're not sure. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but also the fastest Evo in not just Southeast Asia, but all of Asia. That we know of, there's no other 7-second Evos in this region of the world. Huge fan of this car. This R32 GTR is insane. So this is one of those cars that in Thailand, an R32 GTR at this point is so expensive that there's very few people that are crazy enough to turn this into a full-blown drag car. Good to see you, good luck. So he's one of the craziest people because he took this car, which these days in Thailand is literally worth $250,000 US, and it is a full-blown drag car. So talking to the gentleman here about this setup, it is absolutely crazy. It's an RB30, stroke to 3.2, Pro Mod Turbo, nitrous on AEM Infinity with the Power Glide. This thing is crazy. Carbon doors, Lexan window. I mean, full-blown drag car. Thank you guys, I appreciate it, thank you. This is something that's very interesting, as you're gonna notice about a lot of these cars, is look at the size of the intake here, but look at what it goes to. Look at the size of the turbo. This is the turbo, guys. 55 millimeter? Yeah, okay. So yeah, so there is a limitation on the turbo size for this class. It has to be a 55 millimeter turbo. So it's crazy to see a full-blown drag truck, like full-blown drag truck, and have a turbo, like literally the size of what's on a Volkswagen GTI. By the way, now we're getting into some of these dragsters here. Look at this. Oh my God. Again, once again, covered in saran wrap. Okay, so here's one that actually has his engine unwrapped already. And this is a turbo diesel 4JJ, insanely massive twin compound setup. I mean, this is going to be the last class of the event. But seeing these cars rip down Bangkok Drag Avenue deep into the 6s is just, it's unreal. What is this one? It's another 4JJ. Swaddy Cap. 4JJ? Oh, Toyota. They said, yeah, I can come in, check this out. Look at this. Look at the billet intake manifold. Look at this with all the nitrous and everything. Oh my God. Once again, massive twin compound setup. So this is something that I haven't seen in past years. Most of the guys that have been running these dragsters with the turbo diesels have been running the 4JJ out of the Isuzu D-Max. But so this is from, just like the dragster we saw earlier, this is from the Toyota Hilux Revo or the Toyota Fortuner SUV. Yeah, dragster there, dragster there, dragster there. Dude, look at that. I'm pretty sure that that is a Chevy LS, which is something that you really just don't see in Thailand. Like, I can count on 2 hands, like less than 10 Chevy LSs that I've seen here in the past 6 or 7 years. Getting one of those engines in Thailand is extremely rare and extremely, extremely expensive. I was told there was 12 dragsters in attendance. All of these are still wrapped up, as you can tell. They will be unwrapped and ready to race later. He definitely got squirrely and let out. That is one of the few trucks, the few Isuzu D-Maxes that are competing in Pro 6. Most of the trucks are competing in diesel-specific categories, not that one. So it should be pretty freaking nasty. By the way, oh, look at this. So this is a very, very special dragster. It's from Siam Prototype, from Cambodia Car Culture, and this is a blown, alcohol-injected, big block Hemi, which currently holds the quarter-mile record here in Thailand. If I'm not mistaken, listen, I could be wrong, but I think this thing has gone 6-0 flat, 6 flat down Bangkok Drag Avenue, which is crazy, We will definitely see this run later tonight once the sun goes down, the temperature drops, and the owner, Bong Siam, gets ready to strap himself into this thing. There's no way. There's no way in hell you could get me to drive this thing down Bangkok Drag Avenue. What's up, bro? I wish you could smell and feel the burning in my nostrils from the fuel. Ah, I love it. Like, it hurts, but it hurts so good. If you know, you know. But yeah, like I said, all the way down here at the back, like this is the end of the quarter-mile strip. You have more. Hello, how are you? Swadee Kap. These are my friends from Note Nut Garage in Rayong. If you've been on the CB Media YouTube channel for many, many years, you'll know at one point I was doing a motorbike tour from the island of Koh Chang, where I wrecked my motorbike, all the way into Pattaya. And I stopped in Rayong on that motorbike trip. Here comes something. Eight in the quarter mile of the Safiro, man. There's some fast cars here today. Anyway, I stopped in Rayong and I visited their shop, and I was able to get them to take this full-blown tube chassis, 1,500 horsepower turbo diesel drag truck, put it on a tow truck, and take it out on the street into Mexico and do some test hits. It was insane. These guys, super cool. Look at that. Insane, bro. I mean, all of this. I mean, this is like real race car stuff built in the provinces of Thailand with a 1,500 horsepower turbo diesel. Of course, some more Safiros. Hello, Swadee Kap. Swadee Kap. More Safiros, big turbo JZs, of course. So over here, you had 2 Safiros. Then here, you have 2 S13 S chassis. Obviously, both 2JZ, both competing in the 275 class. Look at the engine bay on this S13. Look at how clean this is. This is beautiful. Once again, in Thailand, they love taking these S chassis cars and building them into drag cars. You just don't see that in the US. Every S chassis is a beat up drift car or a stanced out show car. But here in Thailand, you see plenty of them, 1,500 horsepower, ready to party in the 275 class. Hippo Garage, FC. Look at this, oh my God. So these 2 cars are from my friend Tu from Hippo Garage, based out of Karat. And he has some of the baddest cars here on property today at Bangkok Drag Avenue, including one of Thailand's first fully built R35 drag cars that actually built in Thailand, and this S13 with an S14 front end powered by a big turbo 2JZ. This thing really cleans up in the very popular 275 class here in Thailand. Both of these cars are extremely clean, built by one of the best shops in Thailand. Ooh, guys, look at this. So this is one of the Isuzu D-Max full-blown race trucks, and they have the full carbon front end off, and we're able to kind of take a look at what's going on here. And this is a massive compound twin setup, 4JJ of course, and this is crazy, dude. Like if that was just one turbo that size, it would blow my mind, but it's two of them. Those turbos were legitimately the same size as my head. What is going on here? Hello, Sweaty Cop. Oh, UZ? So guys, this is the Toyota 2UZ. For those that don't know, it's the 4-liter Toyota V8. In the US, it was found in many, like the Lexus SC400, LS400. Here in Thailand, it's very, very popular because of the lack of like, you know, Chevrolet V8s, the lack of LSs, the lack of Ford 5.0s. They take the UZ, piston and rods, a giant turbo, fuel system, and it's very easy to make 1,000+ horsepower. One thing you guys are going to notice about this event is all runs are done as single passes. There are no side-by-side passes here at Souped Up. And the reason for this is because the point of this event is to set quarter-mile records. The official name of the event is Souped Up Records. So it's a very high-risk, high-reward event, meaning everybody is absolutely full send because they're attempting, once again, to break records. And with the track conditions of Bangkok Drag Avenue, it's basically no prep. It's basically no prep. And every year, there tends to be situations go down because of the lack of track prep. So they don't want cars racing side by side, and there end up being a 2-car incident instead of a 1-car incident. So FYI, if you're wondering why it's just single passes, it's not really a drag race. It's more of a record-setting event. So all these cars that you see here, it's mostly S chassis and also, of course, a ton of Saphiros. This is one of the most competitive, exciting drag racing classes in all of Thailand. And if you want to come to Thailand and you're super into drag racing and you want to be part of a community of drag racers that's super competitive and super fun, the 275 class is what you want to be involved in. Pretty much all of them, again, are S chassis, Saphiros, pretty much all big turbo built JZs, and they're all H pattern transmissions. So big turbo 2JZs, banging gears, rear wheel drive, massive burnouts. It's just a really exciting, fun drag race series. And a lot of you guys probably don't even know what this is. And if you do know what it is, you definitely never seen one with a giant turbo molded into the hood like this. And huge Mickey Thompson ET streets on the rear. That is an R30 Skyline turned into a full-blown drag car. That's a promising pass. 9.2. Next up, we have an S chassis car, S13 Sylvia. This is a really, really nice build. It's actually just a really beautiful drag car in general. Like, this is a show car quality drag car. Not good. Oh! I'm not sure if he hit the wall or not. If he did hit the wall, he barely grazed it. He didn't get that solid burnout that he needed, man. I don't know if we can see here on the replay from the live stream.
นี่เร็วกว่าเดิมนะแล้วไม่ถ้าไม่สายนี่8เห็นแน่นอนครับนี่ครับตรงนี้พอบึ้มมาปุ๊บเนี่ยโอ้โหท้ายออกเลยแล้วก็พยายามคุมรถนะเก่งนะเก่งมันไม่ยากมันไม่ง่าย
Oh, this Safiro right here, this yellow Safiro, pretty much the entire front, 3/4 of the car is all carbon. This thing looks nasty. Malaysia in the house with their Evo 3 drag car. Listen to that thing. Boy, that thing cams so hard. This means it's time for the Pro 4-wheel drive class, which obviously you're gonna see a lot of Evos. But one car that's become really popular in the past couple years in this class in Thailand is, of course, the all-wheel drive converted Honda boys with their built motor, big turbo K-series cars, which use the, I think, what do these guys use? Is it the CRV drivetrain or is it the EF wagon drivetrain? I can't remember which. I think it's a combination of both. I think it's the rear diff from the EF wagon and then the CRV transmission, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Hello. The models are showing up. Before the crowds get too crazy here, I'm going to show you around the vendor section here at Souped Up. And we're going to start right here with this crazy wide body Toyota Hilux pickup truck. It's insane. Air ride, crazy wide body, but the highlight of this build is definitely the engine bay with the triple turbo setup. Yeah, this thing is pretty crazy. This truck is super clean as well. I love the white on white color combo with like the polished Brembo brakes. And you'll notice the engine bay on this truck is super clean as well. This is a twin compound setup. And Thailand just builds these trucks so freaking nice. It's a beautiful truck. Another thing I want to show you that's super cool. This is the Souped Up Records Hall of Fame. Boom! Welcome to the Souped Up Hall of Fame. As you can probably tell, this event has been going on for a very long time. Hall of Fame, 2002 to 2023. Now, way back in the day, the very first Souped Up in 2002, the best pass of the weekend was 11.5. The next year, they broke into the 10s. The year after that, they broke into the 9s for a couple years, then deep into the 8s. And currently, the fastest pass at Souped Up was 2019, and it was a 6.1. And I was here for that event. Last year, the fastest time was a 7.0, but last year we did have some issues at Souped Up because unfortunately, it was like raining on and off the day of the finals. So the track was a little bit damp. Pray for us, we have good weather this year. Check out this Nissan Safiro. The entire car is carbon fiber. But what makes it even more special is look at what's powering this car. Yes, this is a VR38 out of a R35 GTR with a massive forward-facing twin turbo setup. The most famous diesel truck in all of Thailand. It is owned and built by ECU Shop a very long time ago. I'm talking about like 10, 15 years ago. And it actually went to the US. They put it in a shipping container, shipped it to America, where it competed in, I think it's the National Hot Rod Diesel Racing Association event. And it showed up, a car from Thailand, a truck from Thailand, a 4-cylinder truck from Thailand, and it came there and ran 8s in the quarter mile. And it blew everybody's minds. So next up, we have the Pro 6 class, which is basically the fastest 6-cylinder drag cars in Thailand. My personal favorite, this silver Mark IV Supra. This thing is so sick. Big goof. So you see this Isuzu D-Max? This is not your normal D-Max. It's the only one in the Pro 6 class, which means it's not in the diesel class. Because you hear that? It's not a diesel. 2JZ, baby. 2JZ Isuzu D-Max race truck. How cool is that? Sometimes, I swear to God, I think Thai people who drive Safiro drag cars are like undercover Australians. Like unnecessary levels of burnout. Like, bro, those tires had heat in them halfway through that burnout. Still sends it. They don't care. They're like here for the show, and I do appreciate that. Oh. You see what I'm talking about? The reason why they're making single passes? Because, yeah, I would not want to be making a pass next to one of these guys. Everybody is in full send mode, and they're doing everything they can to break a record, and that's, oh, here it comes. I've been waiting to see this. Yes! Dude, I love this car. It is so crazy to see somebody properly drag racing one of these cars in this country. Because I'm not joking when I say this, you could buy 5 of my condos. The condo that I personally live in, you could buy 5 of my condos for the price of a stock R32 GTR here. And this guy has one with carbon doors, Lexan windows, a power glide, a 2-speed power glide, as a full-blown race car. That is insane, and I love it. So I was on the balcony up there in the VIP section because I'm bougie and fancy. But you couldn't see any times from up there. You're sitting inside the VIP room. Oh, bro, that guy is, oh, 7-8. 7-8. Holy shit. Did you see the way that thing was dancing down the track? I don't know who's driving that thing, but the size of the testicles on that man, oh my God. Wow. So they're just saying that Severo that just ran, that time puts him in 2nd place now. But this Supra, I saw the Supra in the paddock earlier, it looks pretty serious. Pretty serious. So this is Toby from GT Auto in Malaysia. He's like one of the most famous tuners really in the world. This is his R35 GTR race car. And earlier, he made a 7.7 pass, which means this is the fastest R35 GTR in all of Asia. And obviously, it's going to be very competitive here today. I just told you, 7.7 was the record for the fastest R35 GTR in all of Asia. Broke his own record once again. Look at the entire crowd. The crowd here is souped up. Dude, they get so hyped, and I love it. I love it. Like, these people are true drag racing enthusiasts in this country. This stand, I don't know if you can see behind me, all of this will be full all night. And when you see passes like that, people freak out, they're clapping, they're screaming. Like, it's cool to see. The vibe at Souped Up is so awesome. Toby from GT Auto over here doing interviews left and right. Everybody wants to talk to him about what is now the fastest R35 GTR in all of Asia. But it's actually more special than I really knew, because this is now the fastest car to ever make a quarter-mile pass in Thailand as a real car. Anything that has ever been faster than 7.5 in this country is a tube chassis space frame race car. This is still unibody like a real car, and it's the fastest car ever to make a quarter-mile pass in Thailand. Next up, Pro Max. So this is some of the fastest cars on the property, minus the dragsters. And when I say car, it's kind of like an air parentheses. It's not really a car. It never was a car. It started life as a tube chassis race car, and then they put carbon body panels on top of it to resemble a car. And most of them don't even resemble a car. They kind of look like an Isuzu D-Max, all of them powered by 1,500 plus horsepower, 4-cylinder turbo diesel, 4JJ Isuzu D-Max powertrains. Obviously full-blown race transmission though. You can expect to see these run deep into the 7. I saw this truck earlier today when they were pulling it off the trailer, and it is so slammed to the ground. Like, the stance on this truck is unbelievable. Like, it literally is tucking hubcap, like or not hubcap, center cap on the wheel. Like, you can't even see the center cap on the wheel because it's tucked into the front fender. Bro, 7.0 flat in the Pro Max class is crazy work. That is nuts. Knocking on the doors of 6s and a door slammer? I mean, the thing still has doors. That's wild. Wow. Oh yeah, my buddies from Noot Garage in Rayong, Thailand. These guys are so awesome. I visited their shop years ago, and they took this truck on a tow truck out on the streets and did some test hits for me on the streets of Rayong. Ever since then, I've been huge fans of these guys. And this truck, very, very fast. Somebody did it! Finally! Somebody did it! Hell yes! 6.9 for Noot Garage and their 4-cylinder turbo diesel truck. Hell yes, son! Wow! What? Look what just pulled up. A complete tube chassis, 2JZ GT86 race car. I've not seen this on the property at all today. I've walked all through the paddock multiple times. I had no idea this is here, but I'm very excited to see it put a pass down here at Bangkok Drag Avenue. It looks fast. If you couldn't tell, it's time for the dragsters once again. This is the final round, full send, full boost, holding nothing back. So we saw this dragster earlier in the paddock. This is the guy that has the Toyota UZ V8 with a massive turbo strap to it. I know quite a lot about UZs these days because they're so popular here. I would say this makes about 1,000 to 1,200 horsepower. This should be pretty fast. So this is one of the S-Car vehicles. It's their full-blown dragster, 2JZ, obviously built motor, stroker, giant turbo. I mean, it's a race car. The LS1 built motor, big turbo, 1,500 plus horsepower dragster has officially awoken. like a very, very sketchy ride. Billet 2J. Billet 2J. We're talking about north of 2,000 horsepower, strapped to a bunch of bent metal tubes that's about to go full send down Bangkok Drag Avenue. Let's go. Bro, I'm so stoked for this. I am so stoked for this. Good luck, bro. Good luck. My buddy 2 from Hippo Garage, I was showing you some of his cars way deep back in the paddock earlier in this video. He has the built R35 GTR and the S13 Silvia with the S15 front end. And well, he is the crazy psychopath getting strapped in the driver's seat of the billet block RB dragster. It's an RB30 billet block. This thing is crazy. That thing sounds so sick. Man, you know, like the 2JZ makes so much horsepower, but the RB, the sound of an RB at full tilt is just, it's music to your ears if you're a car guy. If you're a car guy, you can't help but love the sound of a built big turbo RB. Next up is Super Pig. Now this is a full-blown race team. Most of their cars or trucks are tube chassis, turbo diesel, full carbon body, like 7-second race trucks. But this is their first outing that I've personally seen in their turbo diesel 4JJ Isuzu dragster. It's crazy that these turbo diesels, like that's it running. Like they're not loud at all. Like at idle, like, you know, compared to the LSs or especially the Hemi or even the 2JZs. Like I don't even have to scream over the sound of the engines to talk to you guys. But this dragster is from Aperture Farms. Once again, 4JJ out of the Isuzu D-Backs. Massive twin compound setup. This is one of the faster turbo diesel dragsters here in Thailand. So I talked to these guys earlier when we were in the paddock. This is the same turbo diesel that you see in Toyota Hiluxes, Toyota Fortuner SUVs. And it really is a beautiful engine-based setup. This is a really, really nice dragster. Despite this track having pretty much zero track prep, he was toting front tires throughout that 60 foot. Nice. This one's super fascinating to me because no one else has done this. No one else has put the enclosure over the driver like this, which it makes sense for aerodynamics. I wonder if we're going to see more dragsters in the future have this same setup.
3-cell Super Big
6'9".
ช่างไว้รุ่นบาง
Nice.
แสน SCG Racing Team ครับ
Love it, man.
โอ้โห
6.9. 4-cylinder turbo diesel. Let's go, baby. Siam prototype, blown alcohol injected big block Hemi, 5,000 horsepower. The current record for the fastest pass ever in Thailand. Tonight, I talked to him. Bong Siam is his name. They're going full send, full boost, holding nothing back, and attempting to get that first 5-second pass ever in the country of Thailand. I'm like terrified of this car. I was not ready for that at all. I was not ready for that at all. What the fuck? Bro, I wasn't ready. I was not ready. Oh my God.
มาดูครับสองคนนี้ใครจะ
Oh my God, dude. Lifted the front tires through the 60-foot, lifted, and still ran a 6.8. Officially the fastest pass here at Souped Up 2024.